Hey, welcome back to my channel. So, hope you're doing well. Hope your week's been good. Hope your month's been good. Hope your year's been good. Hope you've been good. I hope everything's been good. And again, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm in the mood to do a book haul. I made an order, placed an order on the 16th and 17th, and I received the books yesterday. No, I received them. Well, okay, yeah, yesterday, Saturday, and Friday, and I didn't peep how much I actually ordered until it came. But I'm excited about each and every one of them for their own special reasons. All of them are special in their own way. Like the pile is actually pretty. It's pretty insane. Like these are all the hardbacks, and then there's a whole other pile. Well, let's see if I can get. I cannot get all of them. Whoa, in the same frame. And then like here are the paperbacks minus 3 of them. I actually also didn't intend to buy so many hardbacks. I wasn't paying attention because I buy my books, or at least I try to buy most of my books like not at full price, so I'll buy them discounted or secondhand or something of the sort. And so I just wasn't paying attention because everything was such a good deal. But typically I do prefer paperbacks because hardbacks, when I read, right, especially as I'm into the book, I read like this. And so it hurts my fingers when I read with hardbacks, which is why I ought not to do that. But nevertheless, I'm happy with them. And hardbacks are beautiful, especially when you take off. And I love it when you take off the covering and the actual hardback is just as pretty. Anyway, so let's get into this haul. I'm excited to share what I bought. Okay, so first up is His Only Wife by Peace Adzelmedi. So I bought this one because one, Peace Adzelmedi is Black, so like duh, support Black women. And also it's set in Ghana. I love books that are set in places other than the US or even Europe. Like I love a book that takes me to a different part of the world, and also parts of the world that aren't necessarily centered in our media and in more mainstream books. I really like that. So this is about Afi. She's a young seamstress in Ghana. Smart, pretty, been convinced by her mother to marry a man she does not know. Afi knows who he is, of course. Elikem is a wealthy businessman whose mother has chosen Afi in hopes that she will distract him from his relationship with a woman his family claims is inappropriate, but Afi is not prepared for the shift her life takes when she is moved from her small hometown of Ho to live in Accra, Ghana's gleaming capital, a place of wealth and sophistication, etc., etc. A witty, smart, and moving debut novel about a brave young woman traversing the minefield of modern life with its taboos and injustices, living in a world of men who want their wives to be beautiful, to be good cooks and mothers, to be women who respect their husbands and grant them forbearance. And in Afi, Peace Medi has created a delightfully spunky and relatable heroine who just may break all the rules. Yes, period. It sounds like a woman who's about her business, and I love women who are about their business. So yes, I'm excited for this and I also love books that are just about Black women. So I already know I'm going to chew this up. I already know I'm going to chew it up. So I'm excited for it. And then next up, I have The Death of Vivek Oji, which, if you know, you know. Like, this book has been, like, everywhere. And I haven't heard a bad thing about it. Like, particularly amongst the YouTubers or the booktubers who I follow and bookstagrammers who I follow. I haven't seen a bad review about it. So I already know it's going to be good. One afternoon in a town in southeastern Nigeria, a mother opens her front door to discover her son's body wrapped in colorful fabric at her feet. What follows is a tumultuous, heart-wrenching story of one family struggle to understand a child whose spirit is both gentle and mysterious. Oh yeah, and I'm also excited about this because I forgot, but it is centered or takes place in Nigeria. As a Nigerian, I'm super pressed for that. Again, yeah, this one looks like a good one. Yeah. I'm excited for it. And again, I haven't heard any bad things about it. So I already know it's gonna be lit. Next I have Papisho. Now look, I was particularly drawn because look at the cover. I love an artistic cover like this. Like, covers like this make you wonder like what's actually going on in here. So duh. I had to pick it up. And then like even when I read the synopsis, I was still like, huh? So that's why I had double had to buy it, because what is this about? Everyone in Papisha was born with a little something something. Boy, a little something extra. The local name was coarse. Magic, but more than magic. A gift, nah? Yes, from the gods, a thing so inexpressibly your own. Somewhere far away or maybe right nearby lies an archipelago called Papisho. A place of stunning beauty and incorrigible mischief, destiny, and mystery. It is also a place in need of change. Xavier is the Mechanus. Ooh, that's a new word for me. That's cute. Of his generation, anointed by the gods to make each resident one perfect meal when the time is right. Anise, his long lost love, is on a march toward reckoning with her healing powers. The governor's daughter still hasn't come into her course, but her corrupt father is demanding that Mechanus make a feast for her wedding. Meanwhile, graffiti messages from an unknown source are asking hard questions. A storm is brewing before it comes. Before the end of the day, this wildly imaginative narrative will take us across the islands, through the history, and into the lives of unforgettable characters. It says that the book is a masterful delight, a playful love story, love a love story, a portrait of community, a boldly sensual meditation on desire and addiction, and a critique of the legacies of corruption and colonialism. Okay, yeah, no, this is for me. This is for me, because as soon as it said colonialism, I'm in there. No, this is for me. I'm gonna eat this up. I already know I am. Yeah, I'm excited for that. And of course, look at the cover. And again, what did I say? How does the thing look? Oh, that's so pretty. Yeah. I'm excited for that one. I'm gonna eat that up. And then next up is Outlawed by Anna North. Here's the thing. I respect Reese Witherspoon. She is a queen, an icon. We know this, but I'm really getting sick and tired of seeing this little sticker everywhere. Like, I get it, the marketing, but like, as someone who is not only an avid book reader, but an avid book collector, it really just throws me off. Like, look how much better it looks without it. Like, I wish that maybe they could put it in the front page or something instead of right on the cover of the book. But again, I get it, marketing, right? Because when people see that, they're like, oh, have to have it because it's Reese's book club. But they could definitely just put it on the front page or something. Like, why mess with, and especially like a cover this good. Like, it's so pretty. The day of her wedding, 17-year-old Ada's life looks good. She loves her husband and she loves working as an apprentice to her mother, a respected midwife. But after a year of marriage and no pregnancy in a town where barren women are routinely hanged as witches, her survival depends on leaving behind everything she knows. She joins up with notorious Hole in the Wall gang, a band of outlaws led by a preacher-turned-robber known to all as the Kid. Charismatic, grandiose, and mercurial, the Kid is determined to create a safe haven for outcast women. I like that. But to make this dream a reality, the gang hatches a treacherous plan that may get them all killed, and Ada must decide whether she's willing to risk her life for the possibility of a new kind of future for them all. Featuring an irresistibly no-nonsense, courageous, and determined heroine, love that, Outlaw dusts off the myth of the Old West and reignites the glimmering promise of the frontier with an entirely new set of feminist stakes. Anna North has crafted a pulse-racing, page-turning saga about the search for hope in the wake of death and for truth in a climate of small-mindedness and fear. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna eat this one up too, like, because again, like, I love a book that has a strong heroine. Like, let me not say hate, but I really like it. I really dislike books where it's like the heroine's all, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. But I love like a heroine who's like sure. And this seems like that type of book. So I'm down for it. That's going to be fun too. And then next up is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. I know I wish I bought this during the summer because this book is such a summer vibe. Okay, wait, but summer's coming up now. It's because I saw it so much, like, within the past year that I thought to myself, oh, I wish I bought it, like, but it is getting, okay, we're fine. We have time. We're fine. I'm going to wait until it warms up a little more because I just know the vibes are going to be right. So I'm excited for that. And again, here goes Reese. 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. I already know that it's a love story. Eva Mercy is a single mom and best-selling erotica writer who is feeling pressed from all sides. Shane Hall is a reclusive, enigmatic, award-winning novelist who, to everyone's surprise, shows up in New York. Oh, it takes place in New York. Okay, yeah, that's cute. I like that. When Shannon Eva meet up unexpectedly at a literary event, sparks fly, raising not only their buried traumas, but the eyebrows of the Black literati. What no one knows is that 15 years earlier, they spent one crazy torrid week madly in love. While they may be pretending not to know each other, they can't deny their chemistry or the fact that they've been secretly writing to each other in their books through the years. Over the next 7 days amidst a steamy Brooklyn summer, they reconnect, but she's wary of the man who broke her heart and wants him out of the city so her life can return to normal. Before he disappears, though, she needs a few questions answered. Okay, no, this is fun. This is good. I like love stories where it's like they met before, were madly in love, and then lost touch for some reason and then meet back up again. That's, yeah, no. Okay, yeah, that's another hit. And then a popular one, The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. I have Labyrinth, his book, The Labyrinth of the Spirits. Labyrinth of the Spirits, yes, I have that. I have not read it yet, but I put that off because what I didn't know at the time that I bought that, because the synopsis for that interested me, which is why I bought it. But what I didn't know was that The Shadow of the Wind was a super duper popular book. And it's another one of those books that after I did a little research, I only see good reviews, like good reviews left and right, up and down. And so I decided, and I mean, don't get me wrong, The Labyrinth of the Spirits, I also saw good reviews, but like, I think this one was just more, I don't know, widely acclaimed, widely loved, widely liked. So I wanted to read this one first, because if I end up liking this as much as I think I'm going to like it, I'm going to be even more excited to read The Labyrinth of the Spirit. So that's why I decided to put that one off. And what also gets me excited is when you take off the cover, look how pretty that is. Ugh, I'm drooling. I love books like that. It's so freaking pretty. So freaking pretty. But this is a book set in Barcelona in 1945, just after the war. A great world city lies in shadow, nursing its wounds, and a boy named Daniel awakes one day to find that he can no longer remember his mother's face. To console his only child, Daniel's widowed father, an antiquarian book dealer, cute, initiates him into the secret of the Cemetery of Forgotten Books, a library tended by Barcelona's Guild of Rare Book Dealers as a repository for books forgotten by the world, waiting for someone who would care about them again. Daniel's father coaxes him to choose a book from the spiraling labyrinth of shelves, one that, it is said, will have a special meaning for him. And Daniel so loves the book he selects, a novel called The Shadow of the Wind by Julian Carax. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong because I'm pretty sure it is a Spanish name, so please forgive me. To his shock, he discovers that someone has been systematically destroying every copy of every book this author has written. In fact, he may have the last of Carax's books in existence. So before Daniel knows it, his seemingly innocent quest has opened a door into one of Barcelona's darkest secrets, an epic story of murder, magic, madness, and doomed love. And before long, he realizes that if he doesn't find, whoa, this has never happened before. Find out the truth about Julian Carax, he and those closest to him will suffer horribly. An absorbing historical mystery, a heart-piercing romance, and a moving homage to the mystical power of books. I've never seen that before. Like, it didn't, the synopsis was here, but because they needed more, it went on to the back. Oh, that's my bad. I guess I've never read like a hardback that was that big. But yeah, The Shadow of the Wind, super excited for it. And then I already know, like, once I finish this and I'm in love with it, I'm going to hop straight into The Labyrinth of the Spirits. Because typically what happens is, like, I'll read one book by an author I've never read before. And then if I love it, I get all of their back. I get every book they've ever written and I just binge it all. Like, I can't. That's what I did with Terry Jones after I read An American Marriage. I really liked it. The characters got on my nerves, specifically Dre. Like, if you know, you know, ill. But I really did, Silver Sparrow, in my opinion, was better than An American Marriage. So there's that. And then The Untelling was also pretty good. But I don't think, if I were to rank them, it would go Silver Sparrow, The Untelling, and then American Marriage. American Marriage is dirt because the characters were so annoying. Yeah. Not all of them, though. Not all of them. It's just Celeste and Dre, ill. Okay, I'm not being fair by saying that. We're not even talking about that right now, so what am I doing? Anyway, next up, we're getting into the paperbacks, which I am equally excited. Oh my gosh. No, there's a rip on the front page. Oh my gosh. And I wonder if I did that. I might have done that. Because I would have noticed if, dang, what a life, man. What a life. If I get a little glue, That's upsetting. Oh my gosh. Let me just do a little, yeah. Sorry, I'm a little piss poor right now because, well, here are my paperbacks. I'm a little piss poor right now because I think I messed this up. But first up, Red at the Bone by Jacqueline Woodson. Oh my gosh. And look how pretty the cover is. And I sat up here and messed it up. I think I did. I don't want to blame anyone. It might be my fault. But yeah, another book about Black girls, or a Black girl. And again, my favorite, you know, type of protagonist. I really enjoy reading books about Black girls. An unexpected, oh yeah, sorry, Red at the Bone by Jacqueline Woodson. So an unexpected teenage pregnancy pulls together two families from different social classes. 16 years later, it is the evening of that child's coming of age ceremony in her grandparents' Brooklyn brownstone. She is surrounded by loved ones and friends making her entrance to the music of Prince, in a dress originally intended for her mother a generation earlier. Moving backward and forward in time, Red at the Bone is the story of these families and how they arrived at this moment and beyond. Jacqueline Woodson movingly considers not just her characters' private hopes and successes, but also the tolls they've paid for striving to overcome expectations and escape the pull of history. Exploring themes of sexual desire and identity, mother-daughter relationships, loss and grief, prejudice, class, education, ambition, and gentrification. Red at the Bone is a taut, powerful story of family, love, and legacy. Yeah, I'm going to eat this up too, because one of my favorite, no, it's probably going to be my favorite, like, of all time. I love mess. I do. I love books about intergenerational family drama. Like, I love it when a mistake or something that happened to the great-grandparents, you know, bleeds into the lives of the great-grandchildren, and the great-grandchildren may or may not know what's going on, and they have to tap into it or uncover what's happening, or maybe again it's already uncovered but they have to work through it. I really just love generational, like multi-generational mess. Like, that's, oh, The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. So good, so good. And I think, like, one of my favorite books, like, related to that genre of, like, and again, it's about more than that. It's a wonderful book. It just, in my opinion, it touches on what I consider one of my favorite subgenres, which is when, like, there's just a lot of mess going on because of things that previous generations have done. And so I really like the fact that this touches on, you know, family and legacy. Oh, and also mother-daughter relationships. I also like Colleen Hoover's Regretting You. Yes, Colleen Hoover's Regretting You. That was one book where I really liked the mother-daughter relationship. I really liked the way it evolved. I loved the book, but certain characters really got on my nerves, if you know what I'm saying. If you know, you know. I don't want to spoil it, because if you do decide to read Regretting You by Colleen Hoover, or honestly any Colleen Hoover book, in my opinion, it's best to go in not knowing anything, because Miss Hoover, she can write a story. And if you go in not knowing anything, it's a real treat. Like, yeah, Colleen Hoover books, 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Next up is A Burning by Megha Majumdar. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Ooh, and Yaa Gyasi signed off on it. Excellently crafted, utterly thrilling, a stunning debut. Oh, so you already know what's about to eat then. You already know what's about to eat if y'all signed on. And so Jibin is a Muslim girl from the slums determined to move up in life, who was accused of executing a terrorist attack on a train because of a careless comment on Facebook. PT Sir is an opportunistic gym teacher who hitches his aspirations to a right-wing political party and finds that his own ascent becomes linked to Jibin's fall. Lovely and irresistible outcast whose exuberant voice and dreams of glory fill the novel with warmth and hope and humor, has the alibi that can set Jibin free, but it will cost her everything she holds dear. It's taut, propulsive, and riveting. A Burning is an electrifying but debut novel about three unforgettable characters who seek to rise to the middle class, to political power, to fame in the movies, and find their lives entangled in the wake of a catastrophe in contemporary India. I actually don't think I've ever read a book where an Indian girl was a protagonist, so I'm excited for this. And then also the fact that she's the whole idea of her being accused of executing a terrorist attack, and the fact that she could be exonerated of this charge based on some info that this PT Sir guy has, like, I'm just intrigued. Like, what is it? I'm just intrigued. I'm intrigued. I really was. And then the fact that y'all signed off on it, it just looked like an interesting book, and I'm excited for it. And it's not too long of a read either. Yeah, I'm gonna eat this up too. It's like barely 300 pages, like 280. Like 2 something. Yeah, it's not, yeah, like 280. So yeah, I'm excited for that. That's going to be a cool and quick read, I think. Well, let me not say quick, because who knows, but it's going to be a good read, I think. Next up is If I Had Your Face by Frances Cha. This has been on my Goodreads want to read list for a minute. I'm obsessed. I mean, it's a natural progression that I'm getting into, or that I enjoy books by Korean authors and translated works that were originally in Korean, because yeah, it's a natural progression considering my previous obsession with K-pop and my previous obsession with K-dramas. So the natural progression is now the books, right? I wish I was good enough to like read the books in its original Hangul, but one day. So I hope I'm saying this right. Kyuri is an electrically beautiful woman with a hard-won job at a Seoul room salon, an exclusive underground bar where she entertains businessmen while they drink. Though she prides herself on her cold, clear-eyed approach to life, and impulsive mistakes threaten her livelihood. Kyuri's roommate, Miho, is a talented artist who grew up in an orphanage but won a scholarship to study art in New York. Oh, congrats. Returning to Korea after college, she finds herself in a precarious relationship with the heir to one of Korea's biggest conglomerates. Down the hall in their building lives Ara, a hairstylist whose preoccupations sustain her. An obsession with a boy band pop star, can relate, and a best friend who is saving up for the extreme plastic surgery that she hopes will change her life. That reminds me, like, saving up, like, okay, well, I don't know if she saved up, but I don't know if you've seen that drama, let me know. My ID is Gangnam Beauty. It dropped like what, maybe like 3 summers ago now. I ate that drama up too. My gosh, it was so good. And Wana on a floor below, who is a newlywed trying to have a baby, though she and her husband have no idea how they can afford to raise it in Korea's brutal economy. Everyone's economy is brutal these days. Together, their stories tell a gripping tale at once unfamiliar and unmistakably universal, in which their tentative friendships may turn out to be the thing that ultimately saves them. Oh, that's fun. So they're all friends. I like that. I think I enjoy books like that as well, that follows, not too many, because look, if you put too many characters in your book, I'm going to get confused. That's just me. Honestly, my max, I think, is like maybe 5. Throne of Glass had a lot though, but you had Aelin. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Throne of Glass had like 6 or 7. Yeah, bro. But even, yeah, bro, if you put too many characters, I might fall off. Please don't do too much. But you just have Kyuri, Miho, you have Ara, and then you have Wana. So it's 4 of them. Okay, so I can, yeah, this is good. This is good. I like books that follow different people and then they're all interconnected in some way. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to eat this up. Pretty sure I'm going to eat this up too. So many books I'm going to eat up. I'm going to be so full. Oh, and then this one, Kazu Ishiguro, Never Let Me Go. If you know, you know. I probably don't have to say anything about this. I'm really late to the party, honestly. And I also plan on becoming a Murakami mommy. So I haven't read any Murakami yet, but I fully intend on it. Just give me a second. Give me some time. I want to make a commitment not to buy any more books until I read a certain amount. But that's hard because if you know, you know. Like, okay, say I have a TBR, right? What I read next is based on my mood, on the vibe. So if none of the books I have are fitting the vibe, and I'm seeing a book that I don't have that's fitting the vibe, and I'm excited in the moment to read it, like, in my opinion, it's only right that I get it and read it, right? Because it reflects the vibe right now. You know? Bro, I'm making excuses. I'm making excuses. Well, yeah, this one's a popular one, and one of the reasons that I got it was just its raving reviews. This author is really popular. I've heard mixed reviews, but nevertheless, I've never a constant good review though, a constant thing about this author though is that the writing is great. So I'm excited for it still, because there are mixed reviews, but like, I've only ever heard good things about this particular one though, Never Let Me Go. And so as children, Kathy, Ruth, and Tommy were students at Hailsham, an exclusive boarding school secluded in the English countryside. It was a place of mercurial cliques and mysterious rules, and teachers were constantly reminding the charges of how special they were. Now, years later, Kathy is a young woman. Ooh, I love a time jump. I do. I really do. Ruth and Tommy have re-entered her life, and for the first time, she's beginning to look back at their shared past and understand just what makes them so special and how that would shape the rest of their time together. Suspenseful, moving, beautifully atmospheric, Never Let Me Go is another classic by the author of The Remains of the Day. Yeah, I'm excited for this one too. I love a time jump. I love a time jump. And again, like, I'm not sure what's happening here, but I've heard great things about the book, so I'm excited. That's a vibe. It's giving very spring vibes, so I really might be reading that within the next couple of weeks. Right now, I'm reading Kindred by Octavia Butler. I think I'm going to do an end of the month wrap up because I need to talk about that book. It's so good. So good. So good. It's about time traveling in the antebellum South. That's all I'll say right now, but I'm eating it up. Where did this come from? Like, I never said eating it up this often before, but whatever. Oh, and then I have Madame Bovary, which is a classic, but look at this cover. Like, again, as someone who also collects books, I love a beautiful cover. And look, like, stunning. She wanted to die and she wanted to live in Paris. This is a story of Emma, trapped in a disappointing marriage with a dull country doctor. She yearns for a life more like the sentimental novels she reads. In an attempt to break from the drab reality of her provincial life in Normandy. Why am I talking to that? Sorry. Emma takes a lover. Ooh, and disaster soon follows. I knew this though because I read this before I bought it, I promise, but it feels like the first time and I'm enjoying myself. Greedy, delusional, and selfish, the character of Emma Bovary scandalized readers from the novel's first publication in 1857. I like that. I like a book that really stressed people out. I like that. When it first came up, I love that. Should be a whole genre in itself, like a list of books that, you know, when they first were released had people in uproar. I love that. Yet her magnetism is undeniable. A landmark work in modern realism, Madame Bovary vibrates with the inner life of a woman hungry for more. I live for it. I love a woman who wants more. I love that for her. Wait, let's read it first before I start taking sides, but off the bat, I think I stand. Next is The All-Night Sun, a novel by Diane Zena, memorable and meaningful by Claire. I don't know who Claire is though, so I'm not sure what that means to me. But nevertheless, like, we have a beautiful cover. Apparently it's like Midsummer's Night Dream. Like, it was like kind of like a rendition of that. Lauren Kress, a young writing professor in DC, poised and kind, well liked by her students and colleagues, but outside the classroom, she's isolated, haunted by a tragic past. We love a tragic past. Well, we feel bad about tragic past, but it's great reading material. One day, charming, magnetic Siri joins Lauren's class and they fall headlong into an all-consuming friendship. When Lauren impulsively accepts an invitation to travel to Siri's home in Sweden, it feels like a chance for a new beginning. Once there, Lauren finds herself drawn to Siri's enigmatic brother Magnus, much to Siri's resentment, and starts to see a new troubling side to her friend. Oop, the friend's tripping. On the last night of our trip, Lauren accompanies Siri to a debauched outdoor party to celebrate Midsummer's Eve. See, yeah. And under the light of the unsetting sun, things take a dark turn. We love a dark turn. This gorgeously written, deeply felt novel is a compelling exploration of grief, loss, and friendship. So again, here for it. And of course, the pretty cover helped. We love a pretty cover. I'm excited for this. This is giving summer vibes. Oh, this is giving summer on a beach vibes. I'm speaking that into existence. Power in the tongue and all that. Oh, yes. And then next I have At Night, All Blood is Black by David Diop. And a bookstagrammer I follow posted about this. And I typically like her reads. And this was a 2021 International Booker Prize winner. So you already know it's about to eat. And then it is about a Senegalese man fighting as a so-called chocolat soldier with the French army in World War I. Which, once you see that it's a black man fighting for the French army in World War I, the chocolat soldier thing makes a lot of sense. When his friend is mortally wounded in battle, Mademba, who's the friend, begs Alpha, who's the main character, to kill him and spare him the pain. He doesn't do it. He can't bring himself to strike down a friend who was like a brother to him. So faced with what comes, he viewed himself not being able to kill his friend as cowardice. and cruelty. So now he loses touch with reality and he's anxious to avenge his friend. So now he's over here sneaking across battle lines to go kill people at night on the other side. And at first his comrades are like, woo, 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 we love it. But then people start looking at him funny because they're like, whoa, bro, you're kind of tripping. I'm into it. And it's a super short book. It's a super short. Okay. Yeah, no, it's a super short book. Yeah. It's 103. No. No, sorry. No. Okay. Yeah. Super short book. 125 pages. And again, at night, all blood is black. I'm finna eat it up. About a Senegalese man. Yeah. I'm here for it. Winner of the International Booker Prize, winner of the Los Angeles Times Book Prize, one of the Wall Street Journal's best. Yeah. No. Yeah. We're gonna eat it. We're gonna eat it. We're full, but we're eating more. Things are falling. Next up, I have The Power, which I've heard about. I've seen. No, let me stop. I haven't heard much about it, but I've seen it a lot. And it's about... interesting. Well, all over the world, women and girls are discovering they have the power. With a flick of their fingers, they can inflict terrible pain and even death. And with the small twists of nature, everything changes drastically. Ambitious and provocative, this Roland Page-turning award-winning author Naomi Alderman, The Power, at once takes us on a journey to an alternate reality and exposes our own world in blood in surprising ways. I like a book with a little magical realism, you know, a little a little vum. Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm about to eat it up, I think. It's a little longer, not too bad, just like almost 400 pages. Not too bad. A fierce new power has emerged and only women have it. So like I'm interested to see like what this is necessarily about. Like again, all I know is that women have a particular power when they snap their fingers. I'm interested to see how this plays out. And then like when is it set? Is it modern day? Is it like back in the day? Where is it set? You know, what country, what state, what town, what city? I'm intrigued. And I hope I like it. I'm intrigued. Because again, I haven't heard too much about it, but I've seen the book before. So, and I got a good deal on it. So it's like, oh, I'm intrigued. So let's buy it. Let's see what it's about. Now we have Half a Yellow Sun by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Yeah, she wrote Americana. We already know who sis is. I don't think she needs any introduction, not from me. With effortless grace, Chimamanda illuminates a seminal moment in African history. Oh yeah, the Biafra struggle to establish an independent republic in southeastern Nigeria during the late 1960s. We experienced this tumultuous decade alongside 5 unforgettable characters. Yeah, I think 5 might be my max, so shout out to Chimamanda. A 13-year-old houseboy, a university professor full of revolutionary zeal, the professor's beautiful young mistress, and a shy young Englishman infatuated with the mistress's twin. Half a Yellow Sun is a tremendously evocative novel of promise, hope, and the disappointment of war. See, another thing I really like is historical. Oh, sorry for the shaking. Oh, how embarrassing. Another thing I like, another one of like my favorite subgenres is historical fiction, because in my experience, they typically do such a great job of making, not that history, there's a lot of history, okay? And I think historical fictions, at least again in my experience, and obviously I can't generalize because I haven't read every historical fiction, but they do, given that the author has done their due diligence in their research, they can be a great way to learn about history without, you know, if you find yourself like bogged down or bored with traditional means of learning history, i.e. reading a history textbook or something, I think or you find yourself particularly bored when reading nonfiction, historical nonfiction books, historical fiction books, I think, can be a great way to get a grasp of history and historical context in a really fun, exciting, and provoking way. So the fact that this is centered around the Biafra struggle, which is something that I've been meaning to learn more about myself, yeah, I'm super excited to read this. Super excited. And again, like, given that Chimamanda did her due diligence, which again, even with historical fiction, you also have to just take that step and make sure that what you're reading is in fact true, or at least get multiple perspectives, so you also have to do your due diligence. But I think it's a great starting point, you know, to read historical fiction and see what's up. I think it's great. Next, I have The Other Bennet Sister, a novel by Janice Hadlow. So I read Pride and Prejudice, and I'm not gonna hold you, I low-key forgot what happened in there. I low-key forgot what happened there. But I remember I enjoyed it. I ended it and I was like, yeah, this is... Because the only reason I even read it was because I heard somewhere or read it somewhere, maybe I thought it up myself, that like so many... Because I really enjoy romantic novels, romantic comedies, things like that. And so many of those tropes, right, are kind of... Or rather, Pride and Prejudice is like the archetype Pride and Prejudice is the archetype of so many like romantic tropes that we see in like our modern day, whether it be in romantic comedy movies, romantic TV shows, romantic books, whatever. So anyway, I'm just talking just to talk now, but moral of the story is I really did enjoy Pride and Prejudice. And so now this is about The Other Bennet Sister, and this also had really good reviews. And yeah, so like, what if Mary Bennet's life took a different path than that laid out for her in Pride and Prejudice? What if the marginalized middle daughter of the Bennet family, the plain girl who takes refuge in books, found a fulfillment like the ones enjoyed by her prettier, more confident sisters? This is the plot of The Other Bennet Sister. So yeah, like, duh, like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna eat this up too. The words are mad small. Not gonna hold you. The words are mad small. I'm not scared though. I'm not scared. I'm gonna enjoy. I'm gonna like it. I think I'm gonna like it, and especially if it's like written in like modern English, like plain English. Because you know when you read, see now I'm like a little red because I'm sorry. Such is life. But you know how classics are with their old English. If this is like in plain English, it'll be even more enjoyable. If it's not, I'll chuck through it and I'll deal with it, because I had to do the same with Pride and Prejudice. And Pride and Prejudice was a lot milder than some of the other classics I've read. So if it's like Pride and Prejudice, fine. But if it's not, I'm even happier. I'm even more impressed with her.